The lightning, because first of all, when you see the lightning, you get scared automatically.
scared.
Especially if you're living in an area where you don't have those lightning conductors. Because there are buildings you don't have. You just know, probably, you're at the mercy of God. What if the, thunder, that lightning strikes you in the process. So,
to get it out.
Yeah. So, well, starting off the day is the Chief Justice and other justices of the Supreme Court who are currently listening to a case or the proceedings of a case involving the election petition for the recently concluded presidential elections. We saw Robert Kasibande, who came in 6th place, challenging the victory, the outcome of the polls, and he has many grounds that he's stating for this President Museveni being declared winner. Remember, Museveni won with over 7 million votes, and Bob Wine was the second with over 2 million votes. And then Kasibante, for him, he had 33,000 votes. But he's challenging the election on several grounds because he's saying, first of all, the biometric machines
weren't working.
They malfunctions on that day. But besides the malfunctioning, he said that there was no particular law that the EC was using them illegally because they didn't have a law governing the use of these machines, despite the Justice Minister coming up with an instrument. For them, they said these biometric machines were being used without the law. And then the other thing, that as you can listen right now, what's happening in court, actually, the lawyer to Kasibante is talking about some of the issues, the grounds in which they are petitioning the Supreme Court to annul the results and order a fresh election. And he's talking about non-compliance, for instance, elections at polling stations. The EC did not gazette some polling stations where people voted from. Remember, previously we had fewer polling stations, but the EC added polling stations. There are about 50,000, over 50,000 polling stations. Now, for them, they are saying with some of these polling stations were not officially gazetted to have people going to vote in them. And then also transmission of results, and then also the biometric machines.
To elections taking place in polling stations which were not duly gazetted in accordance with the law. To transmission of results, the whole process of tallying and transmission of results. We have an issue in respect to
Council on regarding the.
We also have an issue in respect to the machines because, Your Lordships, as you realize, this time round when it came to elections, we had a law that was gazetted relating to these biometric voters' machines for purposes of voting and.
This is not submissions. What is your issue about the machines?
Your Lordships, we are saying that there was non-compliance with that law.
Can you specify the law?
It's Your Lordships, it's the Electoral Commission adoption, Electoral Commission in bracket adoption and manner of use of biometric voter verification system, close bracket, regulations 2025.
You know, at first when you came with this story, Nali Manya Saga. Kasibante, yes. I thought he was joking. You know, Auntie, like, there's so many people who come out cutting Bulida. Did Bulida go to court?
No, Bulida never stated he would go to court.
So kati nange nali manyi iti asaga. But he's serious.
He's serious. It's not a joke. You don't just go to the highest court in the land and play games. You must really have a lot of evidence because,
by the time you go there, that means you have enough evidence to back up whatever you want.
It's not a joke because the people he has dragged President Museveni, he has dragged the EC and he has dragged the Attorney General to court as well. So those are the three people he has dragged to court, and it's a serious matter. And yes, he petitioned last week on Friday. Now the hearing, I think the hearing started last week, and this is the second that we are seeing. So wait to see how it will come out. But you've had his lawyer submitting.
Katulinde, wabyonna biba byakulinda.
Katulinde, I don't know whether they'll throw it out or
but we'll have a recount.
We'll have a recount, but that's highly unlikely.
I know.
That one is highly unlikely.
Okay.
Anyhow, so we also have Mwanga Chivumbi, who is appearing in court today, Butambala Chief Magistrate's Court. Remember, he was there last week on Friday. And when he appeared, he was waiting for his lawyers. His lawyers were still on the way traveling. They adjourned court for an hour. And the next time the court convened again, the lawyers had not yet arrived. And yes, they had not yet arrived because he was waiting for some of his lawyers. I think Asuman Basaliran, and he mentioned George Musisi as some of the lawyers he was waiting for to appear for his case. But then he was charged in before that court. The next time that he appeared, he was charged with terrorism. And according to the prosecution, they say that the offenses that terrorism offenses were occurred between November 11th and 17th of 2025 in Chibibi and Gombe areas of Butambala district. According to the prosecution, they say the suspects, Chivumbi and others still at large, planned coordinated attacks targeting Chibibi and Butambala police stations, as well as officers of the Electoral Commission within the district. Remember the arrests that happened, and also the killings that happened there. So when Chivumbi waited, his lawyers failed to appear, but his case was adjourned today, and today he's appearing before court. Before his second appearance, we saw some of his members of the National Platoon check on him at Chitalia government prison where he was. And then we also saw some lawyers saying they're going to throw their weight behind him, the likes of Mwanga Chivumbi, Medad Segona, and then the other one.
There were three.
Medad Segona, then there's Asman Basaliba.
And
Asman was already on the case. There's the Nyendo Mukungwe man. He's also one of them who is saying he's throwing his weight behind him. They say as this is the time that the opposition is put to a test and they need to stand with Mwanga Chivumbi and ensure. Yes, it's Mpunga.
Yes.
Matthias Mpunga, yes. So those are the lawyers we are seeing. Those are bulldog lawyers because when you see Segona entering a case.
I know.
Yes, Asuman Basalirwa, and then you see Mpuga. I'm forgetting that.
Anyway, let's wait. We shall be letting you know.
Yeah. Now, I don't know whether you've heard this story of the child who was born with a medal in the hand.
What kind of medal? There's no word medal.
I know.
Oba ezino medal zebatwanga kusomero nga tudduka. You remember that one?
Yeah. Now, the baby boy who was born, I think it's over the weekend or it's over the weekend. He was born apparently with a medal of Saint Anthony of Padua. It's a medal. It's a Catholic devotional medal. And he had it in the hand. And residents have nicknamed him since Jesus. This is in Gomba district. Now, the mother to this child, Sylvia Nakalanzi, because first it was like a hearsay. People were saying, there's actually pictures that are circulating on social media where you see that child holding a medal in his hand, and the locals say he looks actually bigger than a newly born. He looks like a 1 month old baby, but he looks big and he's holding that medal. And she was saying, for her in her narration, she recounted that when she noticed her child, when her child was born, the midwife brought the child to her, and then the child was holding that metal object in the hand. So the birth attendant told her to calm down because she was like, Chichecho, what is that? What is my child holding? I told her to calm down. They told her the baby is healthy. And then when she looks at the medal, it's that medal of at St. Anthony. So she was also in shock at how the baby was born. Flora, why are you laughing? So you're saying this is Katemba, because...
Before I even tell you why it is Katemba or not. You know, the first time you talked about that story, nze nabadde manyi omanyi nga banazala omwana nga inako mark maybe ku mukono and chi. So I thought that medal eri baba chita engraved or
inscribed in his palm.
Yes, but just metal nti osogikwata nenjikuwa Pamela nawe nokola ki nobeera nayo. So
akati mama you agamba even the midwives in the hospital, the attendants, they are telling her nabo bali shocked. But how did the metal come in the hand?
Kati yamuzadde nga agiina mu ngalo,
like he's holding it. So people are like, this is our
not even
hope
holding.
of glory.
You see that child is not even holding.
Where is the child?
Lilian, your Pamela. That child is not even holding it.
You don't see the metal.
He's not holding
He
it.
is. He had gripped it in the palm of his hand, and they actually wanted to see what it was. That's why you see they want to show people, they want to show the world, while you are can't like that. So now people are calling the child Jesus Christ. Jesus has been reborn.
Oh.
They are looking at him as some sort of saint as well, because how is it that he's born with a saint's medal in his hand? If they are not lying to us,
they are.
No.
They are lying, Pamela.
Maybe the mother swallowed it. And then it went to, because then how do you explain it?
Mama
that she said herself, shocked. She was also shocked. She couldn't believe,
of course she has
that
to
the
be
child
shocked.
was.
But The
mid-morning to Corner with Flora Shaw, 100.2 Galaxy FM. Zina.
Okusigala ng'oyungiddwako tekibeera kyangu. Katugeze nga data alwawo okuggwako oba bando ze zijja mu mbeera z'obulamu bwo. Airtel